All right, guys, so in today's video, we're gonna be driving this thing about 100 miles. That'll be the furthest I've ever driven it. It's really just gone around the town to make sure everything was okay. But before we do that, we gotta address these crusty old windshield wipers because as you guys can tell, it's super overcast and it looks like it's gonna be raining on our drive. So we went ahead and got some cheap blades from O'Reilly, but we're gonna go ahead and swap these out. We're gonna mess with something on the brakes. We got kind of a weird noise coming up there. So we're gonna take a look at that and inspect everything and then get on the road. So once I pop off this wheel, I'll show you guys the noise that we're hearing. The truck seems to brake fine, but obviously gonna work out whatever noise is going on inside there. But once I get all these lug nuts off, I'll jack the truck up, show you guys what kind of noise I'm talking about. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the noise I'm talking about. Obviously that's the freaking wheel being loose from the lug nuts, but there's like that whisking type noise. I probably shouldn't have freaking taken off the lug nuts before I did this because now it just sounds like something else is bad, but that's just the wheel being loose. But anyways, go ahead and take this off. I'll just spin it with the drum on and the wheel off and show you guys what I'm talking about. The one thing about this truck that annoys me is the exhaust. I love the sound of it, but it's so old. A lot of the hangers have broken off. And though I fixed one major rattle, which is essentially the biggest problem, it still rattles in a lot of different areas, which kind of sucks because I don't want to take that glass pack off because I don't know if I'll be able to replicate that sound well with some new one, but maybe I can find and I just measure that length. I think it's like an 18-inch glass pack. And if I go to the store, I can pick one up and just have an exhaust shop redo this whole exhaust just so it has something fresh. So the noise I'm talking about that. I don't know if it's just the shoe isn't adjusted properly, but we'll see. Go ahead and pop all this off and then get with you guys in a second. Well, there you have it. Here's our noise. That's not good. So not sure how that happened, but hopefully the drum still looks alright. I guess this just popped off somehow or another. I don't know if, yeah, I guess the clip, oh crap, all of this came off. Huh. Not gonna lie, kind of forgot how to put this clip back on. This part right here, I know it slides in and rests against the adjuster. Oh crap. I didn't even notice that. Holy crap. This whole thing just came off and man, that's not good. This one's sheared up. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and slap this back together and hopefully get it back together right. Looks like it messed up my shoe as well. Dang. That's unfortunate. So I believe we're all good now. No more noise. Got it up back together properly. Now we got to go ahead and check every wheel, make sure there's no other issues going on. But I'm going to check the grease fittings, going to check the oil, coolant level, everything we can possibly think of. as well as the tail lights, turn signals. Headlights are good. We checked that last night, but other than that, I believe we'll be good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and check the oil level and make sure we're still good. I just changed it, obviously, like a week ago, but want to make sure we're not burning any. I'm gonna go ahead and top it off if we need to. We've only driven a little, like just a little bit though. Okay, so we're looking good. We're about right here at the full mark. I believe that's probably because of me. I probably didn't get it quite where it needed to be. I started off with about 5 quarts and then I was trying to add 6, but I didn't have a quart container. I only had a big old gallon, so I kind of just estimated. So looking good there. We have an inline fuel filter because this tank was a little bit rusty. As you guys know, we didn't replace it because it didn't look too bad, but here's a filter. I'm going to show you guys the bottom so you guys can see a little bit better. Got a little bit down there, but nothing crazy. This old fuel pump is still working. Have not changed that out. I did notice from driving it, got a little bit of oil buildup right here. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's just a bad PCV valve. Not sure what causes that. If you guys know, let me know. One thing I don't know how I didn't ever catch was, so I knew the inside didn't have a heater. If you look at this, they bypassed it. I don't know if the heater core went out or if the blower motor just died, but it's disconnected. It kind of makes sense because it was an Arizona truck. Probably never used it. So I'm gonna have to hook that back up, but we greased the steering box off camera the other day. We have every point greased on here. We did the kingpins, we did the pitman arm, everything. So we are good on grease. The other day we were trying the taillights, couldn't get the right one to work, and last night we got stopped by somebody saying, hey, your taillights don't work. So gonna go ahead and take a look at that right now, see if we're not getting power. But my main concern is this absolute mess of a wiring harness. Kind of just tucked it under there, but we have so many like camper wires and all sorts of crap down there, so I gotta figure that out. On the other side, we are missing the wheel bearing cover. Haven't been able to source one of those out yet, but definitely don't want to do a lot of driving without that, or it's just going to eat up that wheel bearing. Added a little fuel line right here as an overflow because we also were a little bit high on the coolant, so we had a little bit coming out. But that'll do for now. Also want to make sure our brakes are good, brake fluid anyways. Just checked around, didn't have any leaks around the wheel cylinders. We're looking good on fluid. Also never replaced that master cylinder, so that was pretty cool. The brake booster works still, so that's nice. And probably the thing I'm most curious about is the rear tank and how much rust we actually have in there. So let's go ahead and get our borescope, put it down there and see if we got rust, because it would be massive if we can use this big old tank. So let's go ahead and see if we got any rust in there and see if we can't fill that tank. And it'll also help with the gas fume smell we got going on in the cab, because our filler neck is definitely dry rotted and is causing it. I smell it from literally right here. Got a new cap already, so it's not that, but and there's no leaks, so gonna need a new filler neck. But let's go ahead and take a look at this old tank down here. Since we're looking good everywhere else mechanically, I'm gonna go ahead and load up I got a jack in the bed, gonna put this spare tire in there, and we're gonna gather up some tools, some lights, everything we'd need in case we were to break down and fix any little minor issue. I know I'm preparing for, like, I'm driving 6 hours, but I got to get back to where I'm going, like, on time, or else I'll be in some trouble. So gonna go ahead and get every little thing we could possibly need, get it prepped so we don't have any issues. All right, boys, well, it's official. We are leaving town. It's the last gas station in my town, and we're about to hit the road. Oh, man, we got a red light. I don't have good enough brakes for this. Hopefully there's not a cop, because we're gonna be dealing with a lot of this today. Well, let me put the phone down, set up my mount, and catch up with you guys as we're going. Well, I'm hoping the footage is pretty good for you guys. I feel like a absolute weirdo with this head thing on, but we're gonna have to just accept the YouTuber life. But hopefully it's not bouncing around too much, but we're looking good. We got our cassettes right here and our little cassette radio, but it may be too loud in here to actually be able to hear it. But we're cruising here about 55 or so. I can get it to about 60 and be comfortable, but we're gonna just take it slow and get there when we get there. But it drives well so far. I mean, the play in the steering wheel is good. I'm pretty happy so far. But a quick update for you guys, about 10 miles or so in, we're getting a little bit chilly. Heater does not work. I don't believe the blower fan works, nor does the heater core actually have the hoses hooked up to them. So we're running without a heater. That's gonna change next week, 100%. But we have our jacket if we get too cold. We're gonna stop in about 30 minutes, and whenever we get to the gas station, we're gonna do a checkup on all the little things and make sure we are good to go. But I'm gonna get back to my cassette player and try to make this drive go by a little bit faster. Just filled up about 37 miles down the road, and according to my calculation, we got just over 6 miles per gallon. Pretty dang crazy, but that's what you get with 410s and a 4-speed with no overdrive. So we're doing well though. We're gonna keep on trucking. Super long, but we made it to our first rain of the day. We got about 20 minutes or so, but we've gone about now, I think, 88 miles so far. Made it to our destination town, but we still have about 15 minutes of driving. Let's go ahead and check everything. Our little custom coolant hose right here. Check our oil. All right, well, it's got to sit for a while, but we definitely got oil. Got some steam coming out of the PCV valve. Maybe just be oil around it getting hot. Doesn't look like any extra oil is coming around that right there. But we got some coolant splashing right here, because that wasn't there earlier. I think what happened, hit the fan. I don't have my fan shroud on or anything, and it's splashing up here. But you can take a look underneath, make sure we don't have any coolant leaking out of our passageways from our timing cover that we did. But yeah, time to get back on the road. Well, boys, we made it. We got the Duramax right here. We got about, let's see, 110 miles down. She made it. We'll go ahead and check out everything in the morning, see what we're low on fluids or anything that may be bad. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. This was a pretty interesting one to make. I didn't think I was going to drive this truck back yet. Hopefully you guys enjoy this little video. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out once I'm done editing it, but there may be a clip after this. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Take care.